children of the night, welcome. No, wrong movie. It's here, the most controversial Star Wars movie ever. Everyone is the network, the internet is going apeshit on that one. 50% of the people say it's a good movie, 50% say it's crap, others say it's totally bullshit, others say it's a masterpiece. And that Jedi plays exactly after the events of Force Awakens. Rey is visiting Luke to start her Jedi training, Finn is still in coma, and Poe is still flying through the galaxy and blasting things. That's what he likes to do. Yeah, and Princess Leia leading the rebels, the last group. And we have General Hux still chasing the rebels, so he wants to destroy it. So only the First Order rules the galaxy. And Kylo Ren still crying, I want to be like Vader. Yeah, that's it. I don't want to say enough of the story, because it's what the movie makes so great to see, and you don't know what happens, and then you get the reveal. And I didn't saw any trailer, and this was hard. Right now on the internet time to avoid the trailers, or also in cinemas when they're showing. And every time the extended trailer was 5 minutes long. Oh, that was a rough time, but I survived it. The acting in this movie is brilliant. I love everyone in his role, from Carrie Fisher to Daisy Ridley to John Boyega. Everyone is amazing. And speaking of amazing, the one who stands out of me is Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker. He just owned every scene he was. He was magnificent, and this old, grumpy but still wise man that everyone needs him to save us, to give us new hope. Ooh, get back to the past. Okay, here starts everyone who's complaining. Oh, it's exactly like in Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back. At the beginning he refused, but then he completes his Jedi training, and now Rey is in the position as Luke was before. Luke has all the same thinking, just like Yoda back in the days. At the beginning he refuses, but then he says, okay, before you get me annoyed, speaking with a trainer. And on that island where Luke lives, we also see these little pets. This looks like little penguins meets a potato combined, and I forgot the names, but they're adorable, cute. I will buy one of them. They're cute. They're cute. I thought they would be annoying, but no, they won't. Poe was amazing. He is so cool in this one. He had a little runtime in Force Awakens, but here is like a main character, and he is amazing as this rebel who does always doing his thing, and he reminds everyone that the decisions you do are wrong, or what I suggest is most of the times right, and you are most of the times with this guy who knows what he's doing. Sometimes if it brings sacrifices, but sacrifices for the greater good. This was hard. To see Carrie Fisher in his last role. Oh boy, that was tough. So much emotions with Carrie Fisher, and she was amazing as, again, Princess Leia. She just plays that role pretty amazing. And Daisy Ridley also as Rey. Man, the cast is amazingly picked. But most of them who I really became a fan right now is Adam Driver as Kylo Ren, and I think the casting of him is on point, because he has this, he still is in this conflict where which side I am. Am I with Snoke, or am I with my own side, or have I still a little bit of good in me? And the emotions on this one is pretty awesome. I'm one of those guys who I instantly have an emotional rush if it comes to nostalgia. I remember Force Awakens, saw the movie for the first time, it was just like, oh man, so many references to the original trilogy. Holy shit, here it doesn't end. So many Easter eggs. One of the Easter eggs I instantly saw was cool, was when Rey gives finally the lightsaber to Luke. You can see a hole in his mechanic arm from the blast shot. That was cool, and other references as you see the X-Wing is underwater parked, or others. I don't want to spoil. John Williams' score here is so better than in Force Awakens. In Force Awakens he used a lot of old familiar tones, but here he has his own creations, a lot of new creations, and okay, a little bit of mixing with the old themes. This soundtrack, with every movie it gets better. John Williams still can make great music. Talk about some negatives. Okay, for me, I have only one negative. This is one of the subplots the movie has with Finn and Rose, and they two trying to find a code breaker. This chapter reminds me a lot of Casino Royale. It was like this Bond going in, get someone, heist, escape, Casino Royale thing, because they go into a casino land, Las Vegas in Star Wars, and this really doesn't fit in that world. It was just like an extended world. Just like, okay, we have Star Wars, let's see a short movie with Finn and Rose, how the world is, except lightsabers and big artilleries and big spaceships, just humans and some of alien kinds people, and still making gambling. And yeah, it's just like Las Vegas. For me, the only negative that the movie has, because the first and the last third of the movie is action fest. It's so amazing. Finally, we see some good lightsaber duels. The lightsaber duels always developed on a greater level now, and with Kylo Ren and Daisy Ridley as younger people, and they can still run and moving more faster. Just this Alec Guinness Darth Vader duel when two Fritzes fights against each other. Yeah, that was just like very, very stiffy, I guess. But these days are gone. Now we have the fast ninja samurai style of lightsabers. Every time when Kylo Ren is pissed, we always have a shot of his glove where he turns hard his lightsaber. Okay. And Star Wars, The Last Jedi, is a very great science fiction movie and a great Star Wars movie also. It has, the only problem is with that scene with the casino. So that's, for me, it doesn't surpass Force Awakens, because Force Awakens had the better pacing. Every scene, it was some tension. Every scene, it was some cool moments. But here, only that little part with Finn and Rose destroys the better great. But this scene is unfortunately necessary for the story, because it didn't have that story. Then we will say, huh, okay, where they come from? Okay, where's the logic behind it? So it's hard, but still, I that's the only complaint. Most of the people, or most of comments I read, most say that the thing is the only problem I have with the movie. But the rest is brilliant. From the acting, from the soundtrack, from the fights, from the lightsaber duels, from the action scenes. Holy shit. And BB-8 again, he's so cute. He's not annoying just like R2. This little guy, oh boy, he again steals the show. He's so funny. And BB-8 is so cute. Yeah, I know it's hard for nowadays when we're growing up. And we cannot have this same level of emotions or still the dream world than we have watching these movies with child eyes and remembering ourselves why we love Star Wars and why we love movies, and watching these and just forgetting everything and be a part of this world. And it's amazing how you as a person, you grow up with those movies and you see the actors getting old and you yourself getting old and just reminiscing the old times. And this is still a nostalgic tear. You have one scene, it was so amazing, where Luke Skywalker watches the two suns, the binary sunset scene as in the original, where you watch it and this amazing theme of John Williams comes. And here again is an old one. He's watching the sky and again these two suns comes and the same theme is playing. I never thought I heard that theme in the cinema, and it was so emotional, awesome moment. It's just like become full circle now with the story of Luke Skywalker. Oh man, it always gets me chills if I'm thinking about this. One of my friends just murdered that movie. He just was pissed at everything. He always complains that they reuse everything, just like in Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi. There is no new stuff, and this movie is bullshit, and it's just a disappointment, and I cannot see his point of view. I don't really. The only thing is with that Finn scene, as I said, but overall this movie is amazing. I don't understand why it pisses him so much. So on my top 5 Star Wars list, on the 4th place. The reason is that it's better than Return of the Jedi is Return of the Jedi has Ewoks. And Ewoks just takes the action or that atmosphere or this tension they have away from me. And I love every scene with Luke and Darth Vader and the Emperor are in the soundtrack when their final duel comes. Oh, it's amazing. But the Ewoks, it's just like, oh, we have all the dark and mood. Just light them up, put up some Ewoks. And it's lower as Force Awakens because with the pacing. That's the only reason. So in the end, amazing movie. Go watch it. As a Star Wars fan, of course, you will watch it. And I'm going again, watch it for the second time to see some details I missed or some Easter eggs I will rediscover. That was my review of The Last Jedi. And may the Force be with you, with the people who acknowledge this as a good movie. Thank you all for watching. See you again, kid.